Greetings, this is Joshua coming to you from the back of the Husky truck stop here in Chilliwack, British Columbia. I've been taking the signs off my camper, so I got them all stripped, getting ready to put the Joshua project signs up. Still have to make them. But anyway, this is just an intro that I've added into the steam to hydrogen test. This way I don't have to go through the process in the next 3, 4, or 5 tests. So anyway, you can see in front of you a copper coil that was made from, it came from that package, and I had no problem winding the coil onto the end of the pipe here. I've actually pulled the joe pipe past the middle baffle, and so in one of the tests you will be seeing this where the coil goes on, and this is for the superheated steam test. And but before I get to that point, I'd just like to introduce you to the pressure cooker. I still need to modify that to so that the steam doesn't come out and where it's more sealed. I need to actually do a tap, or maybe take a little bit of copper and press it over this part here. Just press it over to where it seals up, and I can actually put the hose, the water hose over top of the 3/8 copper tap. So as you can see, there's the water hose, the steam hose, and it comes to this 3/8 copper line. And as you can see the oxidation from the last test where the steam converted into hydrogen, pulling the oxygen out of the steam and bonding with the copper. And so the next series of tests is to substantiate this. Okay, so the test following that I'll be doing shortly, I'll be using these are 3 copper pipes from the coil. I've straightened it out, and so I'll be actually placing the copper piping like that with the fire going, and whoop, stay there. I tipped the scales there. Anyway, the fire will be going and the steam will be coming out of this, and I'll be injecting the steam into there, right? And the reason to this, for this particular test, is to see if the oxygen will oxidize to the copper tube here. And if the tests are duplicated, then you'll get your hydrogen burnout here. This part was invisible, and I may have to take a pair of pliers with some steel wool and put it into the invisible part of the flame to see if it oxidizes or burns like Sir Hoax did it on his test. So this would be like a Sir Hoax test, just amplified. So the first test coming up will be to see if the last test can be repeated to produce a high hydrogen afterburn. And just as a reminder, there was a like an invisible part here, and here you could actually see the stream, the blue and the white hydrogen flame, and once the copper was oxidized, the process stopped. Okay, the next test, second test, I'll be introducing a new piece of copper tubing into the joe pipe while it's going, but in the end I'm actually going to, in this end here, I'm going to put a carbon rod into the end. And so the carbon rod would go into the heart of the flame and heat up, and we're going to see if the carbon would actually, or if the steam will, or the oxygen will bond to the carbon rod and maybe take away from the oxidation of the copper tubing. And if the carbon works, then it'd be easy enough to make charcoal and use charcoal as the catalyst. So this is just an introduction to the next series of steam to hydrogen tests. Okay, the third set of testing will be where this copper coil will be, I'll have to turn this around, put into a hole in the back here. I still have to drill a hole here. And so just like this. And this was going over here to inject the superheated steam into there. And at this end here I would put the have this connected, right? So be injecting wet steam into here as it goes along here on the red spot of the pipe. There's superheat to be injected in there, and watch the reaction. And so that'd be the third test. The fourth test to follow. As far as I know, I'll make a carbon cluster. I'll take a bunch of the carbon rods and set it within the level 3 flame here, and then I'll pass the superheated steam through the carbon cluster just to see what the reaction is going to be, and you might be seeing like a very enhanced level 3 flame, maybe even going into a low level plasma. And so the last test will be using another fresh tube, putting her in, and no carbon rod in it this time, but we'll be using the carbon pack back here, and just to then inject the steam into this end. So that's 5 tests, and this will make or break the to whether steam or hydrogen or steam can be converted, and superheated steam can be converted into a hydrogen burn. And maybe in the coil test using the superheated steam, I'm going to try turning off the propane, and if I actually get a full combustion process happening after the propane is turned off, this would be a major discovery. And at that point I'll be looking to hope to get on to Coast to Coast with George Norrie, because something like this needs to get out. For you folks out there who have heaters, and you have to keep your homes warm, this might be a very, very viable way. Okay, that's it. That's the introduction to the next series of tests. I'd like to interject this, put this video up tomorrow so you guys can have an understanding. So when I actually go in doing the test, I'm not going to be talking too much, and as you understand this video, you'll understand what is happening, and then we can go from there. Okay, that concludes it from the back of the Husky parking lot here in Chilliwack.